Hello friends, welcome to my channel where we bring you a new and sensational crime story every time. If you want to be a part of this exciting journey with us, then do subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so that you receive our stories first. Harbansh Singh lived in the village of Hodal Kala, under the jurisdiction of Biki police station in the Mansa district of Punjab. When he got married, he carried on the ancestral profession of barbering. However, since it was a small village, his haircutting salon did not do well, and he was unable to earn enough to meet his family's expenses. To improve his financial situation, he took up a job at Prince Hair Cutting Salon, located in Biki, 7 kilometers away from his village. After working there for 5 years, the salon shut down, forcing Harwan to give up his ancestral trade. He then turned to farming, leasing land from others on a sharecropping basis. Fortunately, this new venture proved to be successful, and his livelihood improved, allowing his family to lead a comfortable life. Harbansh Singh's family included his wife, Jasveer Kaur, and their 3 children, a son, Lakwinder Singh, also known as Toti, and 2 daughters, Harpreet Kaur and Aman Joti Kaur. The age difference between the sisters was only 14 months, which made their bond more of a deep friendship than just sibling affection. Their closeness remained strong from childhood to adulthood. As evening fell, Harpreet and Aman Joti would dress up and stroll through the fields outside the village. They were young and beautiful, attracting the attention of many boys. In Hodal Kala, there were many young men who eagerly waited for the sisters to step out, hoping to catch a glimpse of them. Even if they couldn't get close, their eyes followed them, and they whispered flirtatious remarks among themselves. When the sisters stepped out, their presence lit up the atmosphere. Mischievous boys admired them, their eyes lingering on them as they exchanged glances and smirks. Who will be the lucky one to win their hearts? They often wondered. Harpreet and Aman Joti enjoyed the attention, taking it as a sign of their charm. They would look at each other, smile meaningfully, and walk ahead, feeling pleased that they had captivated the young men of the village. However, their hearts yearned for true love. While both sisters searched for their soulmates, they were extremely picky. If Harpreet liked someone, Aman Joti would find faults in him. Similarly, if Aman Joti was interested in someone, Harpreet would disapprove, believing her sister deserved someone even better. Then came Gagandeep Singh, a young man from their village. One day, out of nowhere, Aman Joti fell for him. Excited, she chirped to her sister, "Harpreet, Gaga is truly worthy of love. I am ready to start a relationship with him." Harpreet agreed, and thus began a new chapter in Aman Jyoti's life. Gagandeep too had feelings for her. Their stolen glances soon turned into secret smiles, and before long, they started exchanging unspoken messages through their eyes. Harpreet, supportive of her sister's love story, played the role of a silent guardian. She watched over them and ensured they met safely. During their first private meeting, Aman Joti set a condition for Gagandeep. "I love you and will meet you in private, but do not try to take undue advantage of our solitude. The moment you cross the line, our love will end." Like a true gentleman, Gagandeep respected her condition. However, as time passed, his longing grew. One day, noticing his restlessness, Aman Joti smiled and said, "I don't want to tease you too much. If you want, you may hold me in your arms and kiss me, but that's the limit. Do not cross it." For Gagandeep, this small permission was more than enough. He believed that if Aman Joti allowed hugs and kisses today, she would eventually surrender herself completely. Meanwhile, Harpreet, though longing for love herself, had not found anyone suitable. Instead, she was content supporting her sister's romance. When love deepens, separation becomes unbearable. The thought of being apart was unbearable for Aman Joti and Gagandeep, so they decided to get married. However, marriage required money, and Gagandeep was unemployed. This was a major issue, as Aman Jyoti's family would never agree to the match if he had no stable income. After discussing with Harpreet and Aman Joti, Gagandeep decided to go to Chandigarh in search of work. He had a friend, Gopal Singh, from a neighboring village, Dep, who had been living in Chandigarh for a few years and working in a company. Through his contacts, Gopal helped Gagandeep secure a job. Aman Joti was more thrilled about Gagandeep's new job than he was. Now my family can't reject him just because he is unemployed, she thought happily. The couple continued talking over the phone, and Gagandeep would visit the village whenever possible. The distance between them only intensified their love. But love stories are rarely hidden for long, especially in villages. Despite their best efforts to keep their relationship a secret, whispers of their romance started spreading. The fragrance of love was now in the air, and soon the whole village would come to know about it. This is just the beginning of the story. Stay tuned for the next part, where we uncover the twists and turns in this love story that took an unexpected turn. Along with this, everyone in the village came to know that Aman, Joti, and Gagandeep shared a close bond. Harpreet guarded them, and both of them were involved in a secret. When this news reached the ears of Sir, aka Jamola, he was stunned. The bastard was not worried about his lover. She was happy to see her sister fighting the intricacies of love. If Harpreet had given me that feeling, then both of us would have been roaming in the sky, Jamola thought. Jagsir Singh, aka Jamola, lived in the village itself. He was a friend of Lakhwinder, aka Toti, and Harpreet was very fond of him. He howled many times, trying to express his love for Harpreet through expressions and gestures. But either she did not understand Jamola's gesture, or she deliberately ignored it. Jamola could not directly propose to Harpreet because first he was a minor, and second he was Toti's friend. He was afraid that if Harpreet got angry, it would create a rift in their friendship. Jamola also thought that when she became an adult, Harpreet should openly say, "I love you." Jamola was afraid that Aman, Joti, and Gagandeep might set Harpreet up with someone else. That is why he started instigating Lakhwinder against them. When Lakhwinder put pressure on the sisters, their mother stood up firmly in defense of Jasvir and her daughters. "Whoever told you this is wrong? My daughters are not of a loving nature," she declared. It was not that Jasvir was unaware of one daughter's love and the other's instigation. She knew, but she was a different kind of woman. That was why she used to cover up her daughter's misdeeds. The daughters also ignored their mother after seeing her actions. Relu started spending her life amidst discord. She got bored with Krish, and Toti started planning to move far away and find a job. Meanwhile, Toti met a truck driver, Gursavak Singh, a resident of Nagra village. Gursavak hired Toti as a cleaner on his truck. Toti began visiting Gursavak's house frequently. Gursavak's family included his wife, Bhupendra Kaur, and their 2 children. Over time, Bhupendra and Toti established a brother-in-law and sister-in-law relationship. But Bhupendra's kindness was not without reason. The reason was the thirst of her body and mind. Being a truck driver, Gursavak rarely stayed at home. Even when he came home, he would be drunk or exhausted. Often, he would have dinner at a roadside dhaba and then go straight to bed. One night, the parrot was sleeping in the house. At midnight, Bhupendra got up from her husband's side and walked towards the parrot's cot. She touched the parrot's body inappropriately. The parrot woke up, startled. Sensing Bhupendra's intention, he also started doing the same with her. Physical games were played between the two. Toti satisfied Bhupendra's desires by caressing him so lovingly that she fell deeply in love with him. Now Toti started spending most of her nights at Gursavak's house. On the other hand, Aman Joti and Gagandeep's love was also in full swing. Everyone was expecting their marriage. Aman Joti was aware of her father, Harbansh's ancient thinking and conservative ideas. She knew that her father would never agree to their marriage. One day, she expressed her concern to Gagandeep. He advised her, "Don't talk about marriage. Tell your father that you got a good job in Chandigarh and want to join it. Once you get permission, come here and we will live together. We will get married when the right time comes." Aman Joti followed Gagandeep's advice. Since it was about a job, Harbansh gave his permission. Gagandeep arranged for her job, and at the end of 2017, Aman Joti moved to Chandigarh. Gagandeep had already rented a house in Sector 42. Both of them started living there like husband and wife. Meanwhile, Bhupendra and Toti's love reached its peak, and they decided to get married. When Toti talked to her mother, Jasvir Kaur, about it, there was no objection. Jasvir herself was free-spirited, and her daughters were no different. She assured Toti, I will try to convince your father for this marriage." However, when Jasveer brought up the topic with Harbansh, he became furious. By then, he had already sensed the activities of both his daughters. He had also figured out Jasveer's outings. Fuming with anger, he strictly refused to allow Toti's marriage with Bhupendra and Aman Joti's marriage with Gagandeep. He also scolded Jasveer Kaur harshly. "You are leading the children down the wrong path," he shouted. "Listen carefully, I will not allow immorality in my house." After this incident, Harbansh started verbally abusing his wife and children. He constantly cursed Jasveer. The atmosphere in the house became tense. Everyone realized that Harbansh would never let them live as they wished. Slowly, the entire family started seeing him as an obstacle. They united against him. To achieve what they wanted, they had to get rid of Harbansh. Ultimately, everyone together decided to kill him. Gagandeep lured Gopal with money to be a part of the conspiracy. Jamola too joined in, motivated by greed, as she wanted to marry Harpreet on October 1st. As evening fell, the conspirators gathered at Jasveer's house. On some pretext, a party was organized. They made Harbansh drink excessively, rendering him unconscious. Then, under another pretext, they took him on a bike to the canal bank. There, Gagandeep crushed his head with a brick and threw his body into the canal. On the morning of October 2nd, 2018, some locals saw Harbansh's lifeless body floating in the canal and immediately informed the police. Soon, Harbansh's family members also arrived at the scene, pretending to mourn. Station head Biki Mohan Lal, along with his team, reached the canal bank. After conducting the initial investigation, Panchnama, the body was sent for post-mortem. A case was registered at Baki Police Station under Section 30234 IPC, crime number 134B 2018, under the direction of SP Detective Anil Kumar. As Mohanlal led the investigation, the layers of the mystery unraveled quickly. The hidden intentions of each family member came to light. Jasveer was interrogated extensively. Based on her statement, the police arrested Aman Joti, Harpreet, Bhupendra Kaur, Toti, Gopal Singh, and Jamola. Further, based on mobile location tracking, Gagandeep Singh was also arrested on October 5th. Friends, if you like the story, please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.